While he was still alive, he would lose 6 of his 7 children. As you will see in every episode of the series, he would go through endless difficulties and pain. And because he would experience every kind of pain and struggle, he would be able to understand every trouble his ummah would face. That's how he would become the best leader and guide for us. If he had lived an easy life and Allah had not given him any hardships or trials, how could he have been a role model for all humanity? All the compassion and love he had received from the people around him in his early years were like reflections of the sun in different mirrors. But the true owner of that compassion, Allah, was removing those mirrors. In other words, He was taking away his loved ones one by one. By doing so, Allah was showing him the true source of all love, teaching him that every blessing comes only from Him. That only He is truly eternal, and if He wants, He can grant eternity to human beings as well. If He wills, all those who have been separated can meet again in an eternal world, in paradise. In this way, Allah was laying the foundations of the belief in the hereafter, which He would reveal to him later. When you think about what our Prophet ﷺ went through at such a young age, you cannot help but reflect in a deeper way. Every detail of his life was carefully planned by Allah. Every hardship and trial that Allah gave him helped him become more and more mature. Because in the future, he would be entrusted with a very heavy responsibility. From the time he was a baby, he was raised not in the city, but out in the open plains. That's why he had a free spirit. He was physically strong and had well-developed language skills. Including the home he was about to move into next, he would have lived in 5 different homes by the time he reached adulthood. Through these experiences, he learned how to live with different types of people. And while he was living with his grandfather, he witnessed how a city was governed. He had no parents, but he was raised by 3 different mother figures and 3 different father figures, each with their own unique character and personality. Besides his own mother, there was his wet nurse Halima, and as a father figure, her husband Harith. His caretaker Ayman gave him motherly care in her own way, while his grandfather Abdul Muttalib became a father to him in a different way. And finally, his uncle Abu Talib took him under his wing with fatherly affection. And his wife Fatima bint Asad gave him the same attention and warmth she gave to her own children, never making any distinction between them. He was shown so much love and care that later in life, he would describe all these 3 women as my mother after my mother. Nothing in his life was a coincidence. Every part of it, up until the age of 40, was there to prepare him for the heavy responsibility of prophethood. Because the life that lay ahead of him was full of difficulties, the heavy burden of revelation. The years of boycott, where he would be left starving so that he would give up his mission. The torture of the Quraysh in Mecca.
If I were to see him do that, I would trample his neck, or I would smear his face with dust.
The hypocrites in Medina. The heartless mobs in Taif